my channel. So everything that you see here will be listed down below. I'm gonna start off with a 9-inch spring pan and my parchment paper. This is my spring pan. I did spray the sides. That is optional. A lot of times the cheesecake will stick to the side and sometimes it doesn't. So usually mine doesn't, but hey, let's try it out. And I did get my parchment paper. Mine is the Reynolds wrap. You can get any type of parchment paper, but what I like to do, I just like pull it out and I flip it onto the paper, put this down, and then I just get a pencil and go around it, and that's how I get the size, and then just cut it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Put this in, tighten this up. Oh, I'm having trouble. There you go. And then place your parchment paper. And there it is. Now, when it comes to the graham crackers, you don't need a food processor. This is not a food processor. This is a chopper, but this is what I'm using. But you can always use just a regular Ziploc bag and just break it down. I like to use 1 cup. Sometimes I do a little bit more than a cup, which is probably a bag with maybe 4 more of these. It all depends on you on how thick or thin you like it. I sometimes like it on a thicker side. I love me some good crust. So here I did put a bag, and again, just measure out 1 cup. And I went ahead and put it in here. You see there is 1 cup. There is a little bit of space, which I love a little more. So I did put 3 more. This is a whole pack. So as you can see, that is a little more than 1 cup to my liking, but again, you can just do 1 cup. We're just gonna pour that in here. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Here you have your graham cracker. You want it almost to the point of granulated sugar. And you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And then you're gonna also add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Now that you have that kind of wet consistency, it kind of reminds me of the beach. You know when the sand is kind of wet, but here, you see how that's when you know it's ready. Just mix that in, and then you're just gonna pour it into your pan. Make sure that it's already tightly closed, and then pour that in. And you're just gonna spread it out. And then I just use a cup. I use a plastic cup, and then I slowly start pushing it down. Want that packed in nice and tight. And then while you're doing this, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now that we have this all nicely pressed down, we're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven for about 10 minutes. You want it to get nice and golden brown and the edges to be a little more darker. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Again, only 10 to 12 minutes. I just wanted to show you the crust. It's been 10 minutes and you see how the outer part is a little darker. That's exactly what you want. The nice golden brown and darker at the edges. Now for your filling, what you're gonna need is 4 8-ounces of cream cheese, which is 2 pounds. And you're gonna go ahead and make sure that they are room temperature. You do not need a KitchenAid for this. You can use a mixer, but you want it to be room temperature. That's really important because you don't want to overbeat it because it does cause cracking in the cheesecake. So we're gonna put this on low. And we're gonna let it go until it's nice and creamy. Now that your cream cheese looks nice and smooth, let me stop it so I can show you. all that cream cheese gets stuck in here. But you see how smooth it looks? This is when you're gonna start to add in your sugar. I went ahead and added 1.5 cups of sugar and 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm sorry, my battery died, so this is why you didn't see that part. But now you're gonna keep it going, and you're gonna add 1 tablespoon. I'm sorry, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just gonna scrape the sides. And remember, you don't want this to overbeat. Just 3 to 4 minutes, and that's it. What helps it a lot is when the cream cheese is room temperature. Look how good this looks. Oh my god. It looks so creamy. It looks like frosting. Now you're gonna add your salt. It's only gonna be about a pinch of salt, and your eggs. I'm not gonna beat my eggs in, because a lot of times when you overbeat them, it's gonna make the cheesecake crack. So what I like to do, I just like to fold them in. And yes, I break it on the side, that way we don't get any shells. And we're just gonna fold that in. Ahead and folded it in, and I just turned it on. I'm not even gonna leave it a minute, just as long as it mixes in well, and then we're gonna stop it. So what I also like to do is just bang it down, that way any air bubbles that are in there come up. Now for your pumpkin, I have 1 cup of pumpkin puree, and then you're gonna get 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then if you have fresh nutmeg, you can go ahead and add that, but I'm gonna use this, and I just like to sprinkle it. And then you're gonna only add about 1/4 of the cheesecake filling. And the rest I am going to pour it into the pumpkin. Now that you have your pumpkin puree, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna bang to get all those air bubbles out, because then that's gonna cause your cheesecake to crack. Now if you don't mind about the cracks, then that's fine. Now I'm just gonna dollop. Now that we have that done, you're gonna get yourself a skewer, and you're gonna poke right in, and you're just gonna swirl for that beautiful like marble effect. Once you've done that, you're gonna put it in your foil. You're gonna wrap it. So this is what the foil's for. You're gonna take it a bath. Lo vamos a meter en un baño María. So this is gonna prevent the water from entering. Just gonna fold this over. And you're gonna put your oven to 325. Now you're gonna go ahead and put your cheesecake in a deep pan. I do have boiling water here. So this is your baño María. And again, your oven at 350. And you wanna fill it up halfway. the pumpkin cheesecake has been cooking for 75 minutes. After those 75 minutes, I still leave it in the oven, but I turn it off and I leave it in there another 10 minutes. After those 10 minutes, I open my oven. Let me show you. I slightly open it, just like that, and I leave it like that for an hour. So then I just leave my oven open, just slightly open for another hour. The oven is off. This is to help it not cool so fast, because what that happens, that's what also makes your cheesecake crack. So it's over beating eggs, not having a bath, and the temperature falling, you know, quickly. That can cause your cheesecake to crack. Now, even if you do all those things, sometimes it'll still crack. So I just want to let you guys know, don't be mad, don't be frustrated like you did something wrong. Hit or miss. Sometimes that happens to me, sometimes it comes out perfect, sometimes it cracks. Guess what? I'm still gonna eat it. So we'll see you back in an hour just to take it out, but I do leave it to refrigerate for at least 24 hours. I know you guys are like, what?
Alright guys, it's been an hour since it's been cooling in the oven. This is the one that was in the oven. This is the one I made yesterday.
And as you can see, this one did crack. It was a little small crack, but I tried to fix it and I made it worse. So this is what I'm talking about, that sometimes they will come out really nice and perfect, and sometimes you will get a crack. This, I did overbeat it yesterday because I was having my son help me, so it was just nice having him do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this one. This one has been chilling 24 hours. This one we are gonna let chill for 24 hours, and let's try it. Look at that. Look how pretty it came out. That crust, oh my God, I can't wait to get into that crust. I love me a thick crust. So let's try this. The crust. I have my daughter in the background and she's just staring at me like, you wanna come have some? Call Benjamin. It is so good. Like, this is a must for the holidays. I love pumpkin and cheesecake, so I get the best of both worlds. And then the crust, oh my God, I love a thick crust. Again, you want a thin crust, just use one pack. You want a thicker, just add a little more. Just guys, look at this. It's been 24 hours. This is the second one. This is the one that did not crack. Look how pretty that looks. Look at the crust. This is what I'm talking about when I say I love a thick crust. Look at that. I love it. Look how pretty. Presentation, the swirls. I absolutely love the way this one came out. I love the way the other one came out too, even though it had a little crack and I kind of messed it up. I just wanted to show you guys, don't give up, keep trying. It's such a great recipe. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great holiday. And I was gonna tell you guys, when you guys take this out, it was so much easier when I sprayed it, but in case you don't have one of these types or a spring pan, or if you do have a spring pan but yours sticks, just spray it with a little palm or olive oil, and you're gonna go around it with your knife before you pop it out. I didn't go around this, it slid out very easily, but there you guys go. Bye.